Hi, Paul Slatkus, Good News Planet. I am here speaking with Randy Edelman. Hi, Randy. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Okay, good. He has a single release that's coming out. A party will be in host Tribeca Records and CEO SohoJohnny. And I think there's an event after he appears with his show Around the World in 80 Minutes. I love that title. And you're a creative guy. Saturday, February 26th, 2022, beginning at 9:30. But then there's the party at 11. We have all the details, but we're going to hear him from Randy. And Randy, this is a serious guy. He's written for a lot of popular films: Gettysburg, Anaconda, Kindergarten Cop, Twins, Dragonheart, Olympic themes. Wow, Zappa. What are you doing? And then we have Errol Rappaport. Hey, Errol, how you doing?
Okay, how are you? And Randy is a wonderful pianist. I saw you on the playing on Wonderama this summer. And
Oh yeah, yeah.
right. And Eileen is a friend. And SohoJohnny. They did that event for Operation Warrior Shield, which I'm the Goodwill Ambassador for Operation
Oh yeah,
Warrior
that's a
Shield.
good. Yes,
When you
great
did the
organization.
9/11.
Great.
So Randy, give us a little background. When did you hit the piano the first time?
How much time you have?
Yeah, like we
You
got
can't. I can't. Seriously, I can't do all that. I hit the piano when I was about 4 or 5.
uh-huh.
I go way back.
What do you think you liked about it when you hit it?
Uh, I hit a series of notes. It's probably a triad, and I like the way it sounded. So I said, you know what? This is what you'll do for the rest of your life, having no idea that it would work out like that.
And today you've continued on a couple of years later, and done a lot of different kinds of things. And what do you like now as far as your musical outreach?
Well, right now, after doing so many, in work in so many genres, I really like I like all of it. I mean, scoring films is a completely different kind of thing than writing a song or doing concerts, but it's all my original music. And so I always say, people say you're a film composer or you're a singer-songwriter. I'm a musician. So I just write. I only write what I like, whatever I'm doing at the moment that I think I'm on firm ground, whether it's a film score or something else. And I still like doing it. It doesn't get old.
Well, I saw you on the Wonderama show. Errol, do you have like to share a thought?
Well, I just think it's brilliant that you can come up with the music that you play. I mean, I've listened to you, just incredible. What's so interesting is that there's that piano, and everybody who touches it just makes it their own world. And it's basically a certain amount of notes that, just watching you perform, and I see how happy you are doing it. It's wonderful. And the world needs, we need more music.
So you have this show Around the World in 80 Minutes. Happens to be one of my favorite movie, 80 Days.
See, I didn't think that was the title. I thought that was a unique title for me. Oh, that's right. Instead of world, I said minutes. Yeah, I just came up with that like recently.
They copied that from you?
They copied it from me, right. Around the World in 80 Days made, 50, 60 years ago, copied it from me. No, of course not. I only came up with that piece of whatever it is like a few weeks ago. Because what ended up is this little thing that I've done all over the world intermittently, because I really don't have time to do it, at different points, kind of became like the story of my life, because since I've been writing music for so long in different things, that's sort of, I realized one day, you know what? Because I'll do a song that I wrote for Barry Manilow 35 years ago, and then I'll do a film score that came out last month, and I realized that's what I'm doing. I didn't purposely do that, but that's what it ends up being. So I came up with that title. I'm glad. Hopefully you like it. Some people are like saying, "What does that mean?"
Oh, I like it a lot. In fact, there's, I think, a TV show out there now on I thought it was PBS that is using that same Around the world?
No, they're using the same. No, they're just using Around the World in 80 Days.
Right, but it's a new rendition of the.
Well, my rendition is not a new one. It's like a totally different jumping off point.
It's you. It's you.
You may like the others better.
I no, I don't. I like everything. I love music. I'm a musician also. So and I love your stuff, and I love those movies. They're a joy to me, and I love to hear how somebody would have Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito in one of his movies. How you would write music to please a producer in a movie, Kindergarten Cop, or something.
That was a rough one. Well, when you write, people think, like when I did something like Gettysburg or Last of the Mohegans or Dragonheart, and they go, oh, God, those scores are so big and beautiful. Those are easy to do because those kinds of movies that are dramas dictate. They really do. You can't be off unless you don't know what you're doing too much in a certain scene, whether it's a dark scene or a romantic scene. But comedy, which I became like the king of comedy in Hollywood for years, that's hard because you have to know what to play. And most of the music that I wrote, from whether it's Kindergarten Cop or My Cousin Vinny or The Mask or While You Were Sleeping, any of these things, if you listen to the music, it's not funny at all. Because I'm playing different areas and moods of whatever those films are about. And they're really not about being funny at all. They're about a crazy guy like Jim Carrey with a green mask on, which was great, but very dark. Or they're about a sweet girl that works in a subway toll booth while you're sleeping, Sandra Bullock. That's what it's about. It's not about being funny, even though they're all sort of, maybe put under the umbrella of comedies. But it's hard.
I would think so. I mean, what's it, Pesci in the courtroom or?
That was, and when we did that was like a nothing. It really wasn't a hit movie ever when it came out. It was just a small movie. I did it with an English director, Jonathan Lynn, and now all these things. I did Adam Sandler's first film, Billy Madison. All these things are like classics now. But when I did them, the only thing I knew is that I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do any more comedies. I'm a serious composer. Thank God I did just about all of them when they came about,
And today and now, so what do we when we come down there, and what are we going to hear in those 80 minutes? A little bit of
those 80 minutes, everything. You'll hear songs. Well, just about when I write songs, I write them for myself. I just write them. I don't write a song for all the different people who recorded my songs. I am going to do a lot of those, but they were written. They're my songs, and I did them on albums because at that period when I got out of school and even thought about writing songs, which I hadn't really before. I was a musician. I was playing on Broadway and the pits and conducting for people. Suddenly the music business had changed. It was no longer a songwriter taking a song to a record producer at a label, and they take the song to Frank Sinatra, or what I'm saying. It was the people selling records, whether it was the Beatles or Bob Dylan or the Eagles or Carole King. They wrote their own stuff. So therefore, if you wrote songs, you had to do it yourself.
What is this single release? What kind of a song is that?
Well, okay, the one that you're talking about now is called Coming Out the Other Side, and I wrote it about the whole COVID thing. Now you say, oh my God, that's got a real serious message. No, it's a blast. I wrote it just having fun out in my studio in the back. And it's about, when all this is over, of course, I wrote it a while ago. We're going to get dressed up and go out and have a good time. I mean, that's kind of maybe over exaggerating what it's about, but it's not like a serious message song. It's a fun thing. Man, that's what it is.
It's optimistic. It's
optimistic. You got it.
Well,
that's why you're doing this show and I'm sitting here at the piano.
No, I'm with you. That's good news is our thing. We love positive thinking. We did 120 hours on COVID, about all the kind of people doing good things in this world. In fact, I just wrote that down. We do the World Peace Day concert. I got actually a hold on Central Park, Great Lawn, and Times Square for World Peace concerts. I've been doing it 20 years. And so I just said, and included in our vets, and I included our medical people. You know, these people are public servants. You know, they're unbelievable, the kind of things, and they deserve a party.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. My mission is to throw a World Peace Day party, September 21st at 12 noon. 193 countries agreed to it. And this is what I've been working on for 20 years, or part of the things. Now,
let me know when it is.
All right, September 21st, 12 noon, and September 10th, Central Park, if I can raise the gelt, as they call it. If I can,
I know that word, gelt.
If I can raise the gelt, because that park is one expensive place, the Great Lawn. I've tried, this will be my third attempt. I had Woodstock, I had it on hold. I did it with Richie Havens, but I couldn't raise, I had PBS, and because I'm former Channel 13 and CBS, so I've been doing this schlepping around a long time too. I got my 50 years in. In any case, I couldn't raise the money. It was $750,000 to do the park then. Then 10 years ago, we were up to like 5 million to do it.
Yeah.
Now it's almost 10 million bucks to do it in there. It's an astronomical amount of money. In any case, but that's money. The important thing is that we want to peace, love, hope, those values that you write about and that you've been about. We want to just keep, you know, pushing the positive envelope, right?
Of course, yeah. That's the one.
There you go. All right, Errol, you got something?
Yes, I'm very curious.
Yeah, where is that
Randy,
guy?
When your creative process, when you think you're going to write a song for a movie, do you do it from the screenplay? Do you do it from seeing the work? What point do you do it at? Is there any creative process that you can talk about?
Okay, well, I can talk plenty about it, but you said something. I don't write songs for movies. I've never written a song for a movie. I write movie scores. That's a different thing.
Okay.
They don't have songs in movies anymore. They have songs that they throw in that are pre-recorded for stuff. But when I do a movie, I won't, even if they ask me, I won't write a song, because it has nothing to do with the craft of scoring a film. So the answer I think that you want to hear is, when I start a movie, yeah, they send over the cut of the movie. It's very complicated. You don't just get a movie. Each one has a story behind it. But I get it, and I kind of devour it, and I live the story. And unfortunately, you don't have a lot of time. I could spend a year on any score that I write for a movie. Sometimes I have a week, sometimes a month, And so you look at it, and you can't compose scores to movies if you can't come up with the stuff. There's two things you have to be. I always say you have to be fast and you have to be right. If you're fast and the music is wrong, that's no good. And if it's right, but it took you too long, it's just, so you have to have that certain thing in your gut. And that's not really something someone could teach you. You can learn about music, but in order to have that sort of thing in your soul that you can watch a scene and pick out the emotion in the scene that can enhance the director's vision, that's where that certain talent comes in. And so that's what you do. I mean, it's very consuming and pressured, and I won't get into it, but it's not fun in games, If you're fortunate enough to be able to be one of the few people that are, doing it constantly, it's.
Is there anything in your background growing up or anything else that gave you that ability to do what you're doing?
Oh yeah, I think so, but I didn't know it. I never thought about scoring a movie. I mean, I would go see a movie, and it's not like, oh, I listened to the music. No, but definitely things in your upbringing have to do with that. What I just told you when I mentioned you have to have a certain feeling in your gut, in your soul, right, that you can, and that comes from everything that has nothing to do with the music. How, where you grew up, how you grew up, their whole, all those complicated, complex things that go through everybody's life and then add to their experience. And whatever you're doing, you always bring that experience to whatever it is. And for me, it's writing music. So it all has to do with it, but it's not like I knew, oh, this is going to be good for scoring a movie. I didn't score a movie till after I was doing many other things musically, a lot of things, successfully. And then I got into that. But those things they're not easy to do, to kind of switch horses. Everybody kind of, just like in anything else, they pigeonhole you, whether you're an actor or a writer in a certain thing that you do. So if you're a songwriter, can't possibly be a serious film composer, but of course it is possible. You just have to be able to do it,
There you go.
What
There
advice
you go.
would you give? What advice would you give to somebody starting out in the music business and wanted to make a career of it?
Guess what? Remember the old story? How do you get to Carnegie Hall?
No.
You know that story? Of course you do. Practice. That's it. End of story. You're not connections. You better be good at if you're the pianist, you better have your musical chops together. Or if you ever, in the 1 in a million chance, get an opportunity, forget about a big film. It could be in a commercial or a music video. You better be able to be great doing that. And hopefully the person who directed it or something is going to go on to the next thing and say, you know what? That guy did a great job. I think he's talented. I'm going to give him an opportunity to do A, B, C, D, or that. But seriously, I don't give I get this. Everybody always tries to send me stuff. I won't even listen to anybody because there's nothing I can tell them. Everybody's got to go their own way. But in this, you better be expert or you're found out, you're gone the next day, out. You may get one shot to score a movie, but it doesn't matter, by the way, if the movie's a hit. It doesn't even matter if the movie is good. It matters that what you contributed to it is really special and unique. And then somebody involved in it is going to go somewhere and do something, and your phone will ring to do something that you may not be that excited about, but it may lead to something. And that's how this all works. But like I said, you got to have your musical chops together in this field. That's my advice to anybody.
Yeah, you're a good man. Good man.
I hope so.
I like it.
A lot of people
Yes.
don't think that though,
Oh, well,
because they don't like that advice.
We don't. Well, that's hey, I learned the second word to show. I think it was called show business. It's a business. You got to work and learn more and keep up with the industry. I agree with you. You're playing the piano. You better be able to play in a lot of keys.
Yeah. The black ones too, Paul.
You gotta. It's music is not just you have to work at it. You gotta study it. It's a real skill, no doubt about it. The knowledge, and you got it obviously. You're having a good time too doing it. I hear that.
Oh yeah. If I wasn't, I wouldn't be doing it. But I couldn't be doing it. But I've been fortunate.
All right.
I just want Mark. Okay, so a lot of it is passion, right? So when you're writing a song, is it there's a rush when you're writing it or when it's finished?
Well, both, and it depends. Once again, you're talking about when you're writing a song. I've been for 25 nonstop years writing scores. But no, writing a song is different because writing a song, you may be passionate. Of course, you can't write a song if you're not passionate while you're writing it. It's different than writing a scene for a movie that you may have lots of elements and you want to get done writing it, making changes, and then playing it back to the scene. And you see, oh my God, it works. This is what happens lots of times at 3:00 in the morning in my studio, and there's no director or producer standing next to me driving me fucking nuts. You're by yourself, and you see something that after all the years that these people put into any of these films, some of them have 20, 25-year histories, and it may be a stupid film, has nothing to do with whether it's a big film a drama. And at 3 a.m, guess what? You make a contribution that only you made. It has nothing to do with all this crap that went into making that movie for all those years. You did it, and then that's the real high. That moment, not winning the Academy Award for it, the moment that you play that music back and it does something to you, and you know that you did it. Nobody else. It's not about taking credit for it, but at least that's a certain gut feeling. So if you do, over 100 movies like I have, and that happens once in a while, and they don't screw it up, because they do. That's why Leonard Bernstein never scored a film. He scored one film, great film, On the Waterfront, and he never would go back to it because they screwed with his music. They took music for one section, tried it a different place. They can move it around. They can wipe it out with sound effects. So hopefully that moment I'm talking about, that you did that great thing at 3 a.m, it stays in the movie at the place you did it. They don't overwhelm you with sound effects, and you move a few billion people over the history of the many times that these films are shown, whether it's in theaters or on television or anywhere, and that's the kick of it. That's the big
All
kick.
right. Randy, thank you so much. What's peace?
You're welcome.
What's peace for you? Peace. What's for
Peace.
you?
I got my water bottle. I like I said, I'm usually in my studio, but I'm away, so I'm not in a good place. I see myself looking like sort of a schmuck. Okay.
But you don't sound like one. But
No.
and you don't look like one. What's peace for you? I've asked many a person.
No, there you go. No, I do that. I got that.
What's it for you? What makes you peaceful?
You're talking to me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, what makes me peaceful?
Yeah.
Let's see. What makes me peaceful? Well, I have a lot of peace in my work when I've written something that I think is pretty good, decent. But peaceful, just, when I'm sitting, I think about seriously how thankful I am that I was fortunate enough to do something that I love, that people in my family are well, and the world seems to be at a good place at the moment, at least in my vicinity.
There you go. Randy, Errol, thank you very much for getting on with us.
Thank you. Wonderful meeting. I can't wait to meet you.
And as well as me, Randy, looking forward to it. Thank you very
Okay,
much.
Errol, nice meeting you. Take care, Paul.
Take care.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Peace out, love.